How important is the role of habit in day-to-day living? And how long can it take for a new habit to develop? In this segment, we examine the potential impact of habit development on overall physiological well-being from a holistic view. We generally understand a habit as the cumulative result of repetitive behaviors that develop into automatic responses over time. A habit is a sort of building block. Habits can play a crucial role in promoting sustained physiological health and well-being. A healthy habit, such as exercise, positively contributes to overall well-being, but it ultimately comes down to personal choice. Over time, this choice may become second nature, seamlessly integrated into one's daily routine. Second nature is when a particular behavior or action has become so ingrained through repetition that it requires almost little to no conscious effort. There's a sort of alignment with the habit in body, mind, and energy. Additionally, a healthy habit typically promotes physical and mental betterment through constructive choices, while an unhealthy habit may lead to detrimental effects on health and quality of life. Firstly, in holistic practices, habit is in itself an important route for self-improvement, whatever the areas of focus. Certain disciplines and fields suggest that habits form in approximately 21 days. This may be a reality in certain areas, but other factors can be at play behind habit formation and how long it may actually take for one habit to be replaced with a better or improved one. So how long does it actually take to build a new habit or replace one? Well, this may vary individually, but an effective approach is simply exercising personal agency through a clear choice and immediate action, which helps streamline the process and minimize the energy spent in trying to change a habit. This is the preferred route in holistic disciplines, when we become aware and decide change is triggered. Similarly, Singh and others 2024 detail that health-related habits typically require 2 to 5 months to develop, with substantial individual variability ranging from 4 to 335 days for generally healthy individuals. In holistic terms, habits, patterns, and routines are greatly dependent on the individual as a whole. Habit formation may vary significantly from one individual to another, which, in essence, also shapes our outlook on life. When we are highly automated, this may not always be beneficial for long-term well-being. Some may develop a habit quickly, while others take much longer. The environment can have a significant influence, but the key is improvement and betterment. For instance, Singh and others 2024 suggest that the promotion of health-related behaviors and the prevention of chronic diseases rely partly on the development and maintenance of health habits. The premise of habit formation involves the repetitive enactment of a behavior within a consistent context, leading to its eventual automatic and effortless execution. But we suggest that good habits can also be refined further, depending on the overall goal and outcome. Additionally, Arlinghouse and Johnston 2018 state that implementation of a lifestyle change implies that a routine is followed and habits are formed. A healthy lifestyle includes habitual consumption of nutritious foods, regular physical activity, and consistent sleep. Furthering this, the factors of creating structured days help towards habit development over time. Similar to a routine, a habit operates with minimal conscious effort. However, if the triggering stimulus is absent for an extended period, an individual may find that their habit diminishes. Unlike habits, routines do not rely on specific stimuli to function. Adding to this, we suggest that excessive automaticity makes things slightly dull and rather conscious automaticity, referring to the ability to perform tasks or actions automatically without conscious effort while still being aware of the activity. Conscious automaticity is open. Conscious automaticity, or the ability to adapt habits based on context, is generally considered better than rigid automaticity, where a habit is performed without flexibility. This is because rigid habits can become outdated or even detrimental in changing environments, whereas conscious automaticity enables adjustments and optimal performance in various situations. A well-rounded habit, in holistics, is when there is conscious automaticity and independent agency of an individual to adapt and develop as per will, where actions become consciously effortless and is usually more life progressive. Whereas a habit that is ingrained without personal agency may not support progressive development in the same way, because it suggests that it sort of supersedes individual choice. Typically, habits form through consistent repetition in a stable context. Furthermore, factors like dopamine context stability plays a significant role in creating better daily habits and, therefore, routines. For example, dopamine is a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure, motivation, and reward, and it reinforces behaviors when released, making them more likely to be repeated. We discussed dopamine, reward and pleasure in our last segment on sugar. This mechanism establishes habits by fostering positive associations with actions. But taking this a step further, awareness and personal agency supersede reward and pleasure, and this is where the power of personal will or agency comes in, something that natural phenomena have equipped us with. Habits are not solely driven by biochemical processes, or we are not dopamine. Dopamine is a part of us, and in this context, personal agency remains superior. Also, context stability, or the consistency of the environment where habits are formed, allows cues to effectively trigger desired actions. Together, these factors enhance the reinforcement and longevity of habits, making them more functionally effortless in daily life. It's when a behavior becomes second nature, requiring little effort but with personal agency at the forefront. This can be achieved through repeated practice in a consistent environment. Apart from individual variability, reputable sources also indicate a median of 59 to 66 days for habit formation. However, individual variability is vast, ranging from 4 to 335 days. Complex habits may take longer to establish than simpler ones. Patience and persistence towards oneself are key, and integrating new habits with existing routines can enhance habit strength. Starting with small steps and maintaining consistency are key strategies for constructive change. In the same way, consistency and repetition are essential for turning new behaviors into constructive change. Lastly, a habit ultimately comes down to personal choice. Habits are formed based on the decisions we make and the values we prioritize, highlighting the role of individual agency in shaping habits. Fundamentally, choice and personal agency, combined with self-awareness, serve as drivers for habits that develop personal growth and improvement. An openness towards oneself is the backbone of meaningful progress in holistic health and well-being. However, a habit is not the individual. It is a part of a greater whole, and therefore it is changeable and adaptable. Subject to individual suitability and individual health status.